Hello! Hello! So we actually are live now. Just getting things set up on stream just for a second, but we're good to mess around in the Street Fighter beta, have some fun, I would hope. Fixing my layout. Okay, looks like we should be good to go. Are you guys looking forward to this? I know I am. It has been a hot minute, to say the least. But okay, everything's good, so we can leave photo mode now. How on earth do I do this? Okay, here we are. So I'm gonna quite quickly jump into a server that is a little bit quieter. Looks like the servers are much busier because it's the final day. The connection to everything is not looking so hot, even in Europe. That also might be because I'm streaming, to be fair. But, yeah, so I've had some time to mess around with the beta over Friday and Saturday. Hey, TATY, nice to see you in chat. Oh, I should probably put chat on stream, huh? Yeah, I can do that quite quickly. Sources, blah, blah, blah. Game captures, widgets, chat box. Here we are. Oh, Jesus. How can you play the beta? Well, it depends on your platform. I did it on PC, where all you need to do is go on the Street Fighter beta, the Street Fighter 6 page, and there's just an option on the page for getting into the Street Fighter 6 beta. I think you would maybe have to search up on the store, like Street Fighter 6 beta, for any given, if you want to do it on PlayStation or Xbox. That's my assumption anyway. I'm not certain because I haven't done it myself. But yeah, I would like to go over some stuff quickly. I think maybe it's a little bit loud, but I want to go over some stuff to do with training mode, what every character is kind of like from what I've seen, what their strengths and weaknesses are, how strong I think they are in this game. Yeah, there's so much going on. I'll change all the display settings and stuff for training mode shortly. Oh, what's happening? Has the beta actually crashed? Didn't like me going into the pause menu? Wow. That was quick. Oh no, it fixed itself just as I closed it. Typical. 1 second. Ooh. The beta's been a little bit rickety, but it's been decent for the most part. So many overlays. Okay. Skip all the intros, but at least going from the main menu is decent. So the beta is just the exact same as the previous beta. The demo is actually a newer version of the game than this beta, I believe. They changed some stuff, reused a little bit worse in the demo, and I don't know what they actually did to Luke from what we've seen. But yeah, in the beta, you can't do anything in World Tour, you can't do anything in Fighting Ground, which is a shame, because that would be cool. But the beta just lets you kind of make a character, join whatever server you like, and then just mess around in it. I'm going to go to a really quiet server. Let's go to this one. I don't meet the requirements to enter it. Sheesh. Maybe they've turned some of the servers off. I wish the loading screens weren't just black. I hope they're not just black in the finished release. But yeah, let's go into the, there's a dedicated character select menu. We kind of pre-choose who you're going to queue as and stuff. You've got 8 characters, as I'm sure a lot of you know. Luke, Jamie, Ryu, Juri, Kimberly, Guile, Ken, and Chun-Li. So 4 returning characters. Oh, well, I guess 5 returning characters. I keep forgetting Juri's an old character. 5 returning characters and 3 new ones, relatively. From my basic impressions, I'd say Ken probably works with the mechanics of this game best, and we'll get into that, and I'll show some stuff off in training mode with what makes him strong. There's a lot of people saying Guile as well. Guile seems amazing when fully optimized. Ken gets you a lot for quite cheap. If you're not so good at these kinds of games, or not into labbing as much, Guile's damage does get truly insane. I've seen him do 80%, 80 plus hit combos and stuff. But yeah, Guile and Ken seem to be topping from what I've seen. I've seen some tier lists put him Ken quite low, but some pro players like Big Bird have been saying they think Ken's a lot higher than that, and players like Baffael has said he put Ken quite low, but it might be because he's got a ton of experience playing against him. Plus, you know, some players come from Third Strike, which is a game with, you know, a lot of Ryu and Ken players, and Universal Parry. I'd like to go over the kind of new characters a little bit first. So Luke, Jamie, and Kimberly. Kind of say what they've done to them in this game, what they're actually like, how they play. What you should expect from if you're wanting to play them yourself. The settings data that was loaded is corrupted. Oh, okay, I messed up the settings of the game. Okay, well at least it went back to default, so it doesn't have all the meters and stuff. So this makes it easier to show some stuff off for you guys. So Luke's kind of like a zoomer version of Ryu, you could say. He has like a projectile, he has a quick way to get in, like in cross space, and he has a DP. So, at basic, his neutral isn't that different. Some of you will know that, some of you won't. But yeah, it's fairly recognizable to how Ryu plays and stuff. But he's just got a little more kind of flair to him, and his counter projectile is more just spam. Ryu obviously can Tatsu right through them, whereas Luke has to projectile them away, which isn't bad because Sandblast is really, really fast. He's got obviously his launcher and his combo extender hook. They're all just kind of, they combo into each other if charged or meter burned. Or you can just use them to create scenarios to do other kind of stuff to combo it off. But Luke gained some very weird tools. I'm not sure if they're all in... Oh no, okay, they are up here. So he's got Aerial Flash Knuckle, which is a really, really strange new tool. This is not the kind of thing they tend to put in Street Fighter whatsoever. Covered it a little bit in a previous video, but not to like the fullest extent. So you can do like a light version of it, or you can do a charged version of it. I think you could probably use this to safe jump, it looks like, given if you charge, it won't come out if you charge late, whereas if you do light, it will come out quite early, quite fast. You can see when I do my inputs on screen and how long I'm charging for and stuff before he starts spamming. I'll bring up the frame data bar to show the specifics. So this is something I haven't seen people capitalize on, when I think it's probably a lot stronger than people are already giving it credit for. So Luke was given the community's ire for his like little auto combo things very early on. He's got like you know, very easy stuff, like kind of built-in auto combos. Yeah, so he has little finishers that are auto-activated as well with overdrive, which is cool. Again, I haven't seen a lot of people actually using these. Luke is quite well designed. I'll go over a lot of stuff. I already went over pretty much everything to do with Drive Gauge in my Drive Gauge video, so I'll try not to hamper on it too much. Like, you know, I already went over, there's a lot of different versions of Drive Rush and how much meter it uses and whatever. I don't really want to get into that too much. I'd rather talk a little bit more about how that stuff plays in practice, where I can, and hopefully show some decent examples. But yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, the grab and stuff, nobody's really using it. I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of situations, like you'd kind of have to be mid-screen. Oh no, that's recording. This is restart. You kind of have to be mid-screen to not be able to get a good extender out of that anyway. Let's see. That does 2,400 damage. That does okay, it's the same, but it has corner carry. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure when you'd want to do this kind of stuff, but you know, it's something I'm sure people will figure out a good use for this, the DDT and the Sandblast finisher as well. I'm not sure if that can be cancelled into the no, it can't. Come on. No. Yeah. So, other stuff I'm not seeing much. Supers aren't that interesting in this game, really. There's obviously Vulcan Blast is probably one of the strongest ones in the whole beta. You know, really, really good damage. Oh, I should maybe do it from a range it actually hits. I thought it would be spot on from there. Good damage, good cheap damage, and you can react to pretty much anything full screen with that. Well, you know, this is about 70% screen or something, but still pretty good. So they added a lot of moves that can be jump cancelled. I'm trying to see. I don't know if Luke has any. Jamie has some, and Guile has some as well. Multiple hits can't be locked by standing. Blah blah. First and second can be cancelled into supers. Oh, they have a lot of these like anti-air normals, anti-air command normals, which is like it's always been in Street Fighter, but it seems a lot more prominent here. But yeah, there's not too much specific I want to talk about with Luke himself. Yes, Luke is indeed nasty. But Street Fighter 6 is very much like a rock, paper, scissors games. You've got... Throws are really, really, really important. It's kind of crazy. They're probably the most important in this out of any fighting game I've seen, and that's funny given we don't have a grappler in this version of the game yet. I'm sure it'll be an absolute nightmare when we see Manon and Zangief in play properly. But Drive Impact loses to throw, Parry loses to throw, Drive Rush loses to throw, and you know, a whole bunch of other options. Like you can get thrown out like charging certain stuff. Your Oki, if you try and do something to beat the opponent on wake up, is really, really, really fragile. And throw range is a bit... I'm trying to see if I can get it perfect. Throw range seems a lot longer than you would expect. So like here, that doesn't seem like much to someone who's not playing a fighting game, but like this amount of space where like our feet are like just overlapping is not what you'd expect from like Street Fighter 5 or something. It's different because the player models are bigger on screen when it's quite zoomed in at this kind of range. It zooms out to about like, this is probably where the camera was in Street Fighter 5 and such, so the range looks a little bit different, but it is significant. This isn't what you'd normally think to react to a grab to, because in Street Fighter you typically have to rub against someone. Their hitboxes do take up a lot more space as well. Like, he's actually in the corner right now. I can't push him any further, but he does have a relatively large looking square. But yeah, that's kind of it for Luke and basic mechanics. Can I quick change characters? No. That's actually tragic. Let's switch. I'll show off some points of intrigue with Jamie. I just did that without changing character. The colors in this game have not impressed me so far. The colors on the pre-ordered DLC stuff look amazing, but, you know, most characters, I would say their default color is just by far the best. I only really like Luke's. Luke's a little bit, Ryu's a decent amount. Ken's is nice, it's a little bit of a throwback, but it's also, you know, it could be a little bit better. I'm sure it'll look a lot better on his alt costume rather than his basic costume. But, so, Jamie's main thing, he's got drinks that power him up, give him new normals and some new properties to stuff. A lot of Jamie's moves, like a lot more of Jamie's moves, link into getting drinks than I've seen people utilizing. I believe you can get a drink off of that somehow. There's a lot of, like, he has a ton of these little, like, neutral combos and stuff. Oh no, it can just be cancelled into special moves, but the special move you cancel out of it with. Oh no, I should use kicks. Am I doing this right? Oh, okay, it's that. Oh, I didn't mean to special. Me spamming. You hate that you can't make your own colors? Making your own colors is, like, fantastic in any fighting game you can do it, and it should be in every fighting game by default. Bad. Oh, my brain's farting so bad on this combo. But yeah, so that's a really, really free drink, and you can get that after just one drink. I took two, but... Oh. I keep forgetting that's a Rekka, and you do need to repeat the input. Come on. See, that's like nice, it's a decent amount of damage, it levels you up pretty much for free, and you can get that off of a light punch confirm. And Jamie's light punch is one of the better ones. As you can see, he takes a little bit of a step forward and then steps back. It's fairly defensive, it's a really, really good move. I'm definitely seeing that underutilized. He has this weird, like I said, jump cancelable move. I'm sure some people will be able to show me, like, why you would want to jump cancel this. Because a lot of stuff that you'd expect to hit just doesn't seem to hit. And he has this little dive kick thing he can do if he jumps forward, but he can't do that out of it. It's not just that it doesn't connect, but it, like, he straight up can't do it. Come on. You get the picture anyway. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to show that you can't do it on stream. So yeah, a lot of these... Wait, was that after a drink? No, it's not. Oh, okay, it's both kicks. Another free drink. He gets free drinks off of, like, any of these. There's a lot of them. Oh, you can't drive rush out of that? Some characters can drive rush out of their overheads and get nasty stuff. Some characters can't. I'm a little confused on why some characters can't. It seems to be the ones with multi-hit overheads that are able to drive rush and extend combos with them. So yeah, there's a lot of these as well. These moves where you can specifically just cancel them into supers for free. I don't know. Let's have a quick look at this scaling, because I haven't double checked it. So, 3740. Is it about the same? Oh, it's significantly less. 2860? Huh. But yeah, they seem to really, really want you to, like, confirm into these. I'm not sure how often you're going to feel like you can confirm, because it's a very, very tight window of just this stray punch. I suppose it's a good time to actually bring up the frame data display. So, I love this bar. Really, really good. Shows you everything really clearly. I think even if you don't know what these colors mean, figuring it out is quite easy. So the little yellow bar is your opponent, it's how long they're in, like, hit stun for. The green bar start up, red bar is how many active frames a move has. and 21 is your moves recovery. Jamie's fighting style is very cool. He has a lot of like nice little specific stuff. How do you do this? Oh, you just spam kicks. There's some really menacing stuff you can do with this, I've seen. It does like chew up neutral, like it makes approaching really hard, and approaching is a big deal in this game. What's this? Yeah, so he has this like very cool forward back kick thing. If you do a punch immediately after it, combos. Or you can like sway really far back, take a drink. I'm not, like, it doesn't look very safe. I don't know why you would choose to take a drink like this. I mean, maybe against a character without a projectile or something. But I think mostly you're using this for the bait, like, because the sway back isn't bad. You can't parry out of it, it looks like, which is a bit sad. You would have to wait until it's fully finished to parry, which isn't too bad, but yeah, again, you can get punished from that by Luke and stuff. So yeah, Jamie, you need to be using these little like special cancelable things in neutral. There's a ton of, I think free throw kicks is just so much better than free throw strikes for the vast majority of neutral. Even the distance it leaves you at isn't bad whatsoever. Because you can do Jamie's, like, well, all of his stuff, basically. Can he not do his spin kicks, like, in neutral? Without, okay, it's strength level 2. I was wondering why I couldn't do that. It leaves you in range for more spin kicks, which is nice. Take 2 gulps. So you can just pressure right off of that, which is really good. I don't know if you can make this go under projectiles or not. I haven't tested it or anything like that. But it leaves you at decent range for Jamie, because his shoulder barge and stuff is very fast. It does a lot for him. It puts you at so much advantage with your 20 frames plus over the enemy as well, which gives you like a lot of time to set up some kind of offense. But yeah, Jamie, just spam your drink specials. This light confirm that you can do from the very start of the game is unbelievably good. Same with like special cancelling out of Phantom Sway, which seems reasonable, honestly. I've been hitting a lot of sweeps in this game. Like a lot. Which you don't normally get in Street Fighter as often. People aren't parrying in neutral. Should you play Jamie more defensive or offensive? Jamie is definitely way more aggressive, I think. You really need to hit the drinks off of the specials, because doing this in neutral, it's not viable. Look at how long that takes. Even the single one, 50 frames, that's almost a full second. Which doesn't sound like much, but in a fighting game that is a lot. So you need to be using your specials to drink. And just, you know, confirming your supers, get as much damage as you can. He gets really explosive once he has some momentum. But yeah, so Jamie, just be aggressive. Get drinks like constantly out of the special routes that just give you drinks for free. There's no reason not to, really. I can't, like, the extra damage you get from like the fist version of what do you call this? Free flow strikes is so not worth it compared to free flow kicks. I mean, obviously you can extend this with Drive Rush or something, I'm sure, but for real, just don't bother. Just do the kicks version like basically every single time. The drink's so good, even though you're like a good bit negative. Because of the distance you get in neutral, like that's not punishable, even though it's -1. There's no way. And Jamie can immediately just start off running, you know, drive parry, drive rush, blah blah blah. I'll show off just how important the grabs and drive rush and stuff are in a little bit, but we're gonna quickly go over Kimberly. Oh, I definitely want to show off some Jury stuff too, actually. Because Jury's been changed a lot, like a lot. I haven't seen her really mentioned much, which is funny.
We currently have a player on a winning streak.
Because she's like 100% earned it. So Kimberly's really interesting because she also plays a little bit more like a Shoto than you'd think. Senpukyaku and whatever, she's got her like really easily confirmable like grabs and specials. She has this run thing. Oh, wrong button. How do I do all these extends? I haven't played enough. Thanks, TATY. Nice to see you. Enjoy your day. The VOD will remain on the channel and stuff if there's any more info you want or anything. So yeah, it's got the classic just kind of follow-ups and whatever. I covered this a little bit in the video specifically about her. Emergency stop. Oh, sorry. Just doesn't seem, you know, like you can cover a lot of distance, but you're really weak in this state. The grab though, so let me put the opponent to blocking. This is ridiculously good. It's so free against a lot of players. It's quite hard to challenge with a DP or something if you want to. And as you can see, you can take quite a bit of distance away before you do the grab. You kind of get some time to decide what follow-up you're going for. It's also... Oh no, you have to meter burn the actual kick to do it. How do you do this? There is a way to get a ground bounce off of that. I completely forgot how. I'm not going to put too much effort into it, just for the sake of saving time. Vagabond Edge, blah blah blah. Her chop's good. I mean, like, you've already seen me kind of go over the chop with Jamie. Like, a lot of characters are going to have these moves in Street Fighter 6. I think even some of the returning characters in the DLC, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Akuma gets some kind of tackle. It seems to be something they just want the game to be based around. They don't really want players, you know, footsies is not the exact term, but that thing you see players do, especially in Street Fighter, where they're, like, you know, moving back forward. I mean, like, look how bad the animation looks for that in this game. That's they really don't want you doing this stuff. They're really looking for you to, like, be aggressive, always be pressing buttons. And I mean, you can see that just in how they've put the frame data in this game. Like, even on block, it's also quite easy to make situations relatively safe. A lot of your specials are a lot more safe than they would be in most games. Like, this can be punished on block, but it's a little bit difficult on reaction. You need to make sure that you are mixing in the break sometimes just specifically for that purpose. But yeah, as you see, the uppercut version leaves you plus, which is nice. But yeah, the frame data is way nicer than I think anyone would reasonably expect. A lot of your specials are safe. You can, like, go into specials off normals really easily. Oh, I didn't actually realize you could do that. I need to... It's been a little while since... I've not really seen anyone playing Kimberly. TBH. The Shuriken Bombs have not played any role in any Kimberly gameplay I've seen. So, you know, you got different strengths of them, you can set up different ranges. I'm sure this will be usable in like crazy combos at a high level, but for the most part, I haven't seen them at all. They're just kind of there. I'm sure it'll come into things way more often later on. But for now, you know, Kimberly's a lot more about just mixing in the ways that you're running to your opponent. You've got your lows, you've got your run. You'll definitely need to use run break sometimes. I don't know if... Oh. Why didn't that work? Yeah, like... I mean, there's just no reason to ever do that. Oh, run break and a dash forward grab is nice. I didn't realise that covered as much space as it did, or dash, or that it was cancelable or that. But yeah, Kimberly, just be aggressive. There's not too much special to say, unfortunately. She seems a little bit on the weaker end, which is a bit surprising given the tools that she has. But I'll go over that a little bit more talking about Ken, because I think how strong projectiles are in this game really poses a problem for Juri, Kimberly, and etc. Jamie as well. It's put Jamie a little bit on the wayside. So, Juri's always had these, but basically she has combo ender versions that don't do anything special, or she has the stock version that can then be comboed kind of like she always could. I really hate how, like, the stock system's really weird now, because you don't just stock the move itself anymore. So you can always do light stock, heavy stock. You know, this is just a special move on its own now. As you see, you get free stocks in the corner, and you can link these together like you always could. She gained an air version of this. How do I do it? I haven't done it myself. I know she has it. Winfu has stock, blah blah blah. Tensenren, DP, kick. Oh, okay, it's specifically from the dive kick. I didn't realize that. That's way worse than I thought it was then. Like, it's still strong, but I assume that must be unbelievably bad when blocked then. Oh, you just can't do it in block? That's not bad at all then, because the frame data is probably not bad on this dive kick. I don't know why Street Fighter hates giving dive kicks bad frame data, but they basically never do it. -9? Okay, that's worse than I expected. But, you know, it's not the worst situation in the world. There's stuff you can do out of that. I would definitely advise you not to just spam this in neutral, because people are going to wisen up to it a lot. And Juri does have actually, like, good air to ground, as far as her actual normals. And as you see, like, +9 on a blocked heavy kick in the air is ridiculous. I guess that's only if it's really deep, but like, Jesus. That basically puts you in... This is, again, another huge strength of Ken and stuff. You can easily have your opponent block your aerials and just go straight into throws. Yes, you can do a fighting game confession if you'd like. M to activate. Oh, can you just... No. Why? I really don't know what it means by M to activate in that situation. I guess it's just specifically if you have the powered up versions. But yeah, Juri has been kind of... It's interesting. It feels like she's been gutted a little bit, even though she's technically just kind of stronger for the most part. She doesn't have her cool backflip anymore to make up for Fuhajin. Just double checking I didn't miss anything. So she's kind of just... it's really weird, given that she is just about, like, her stocks and stuff. She's really just about her normals and neutral pressure. This is unbelievably good for shimmies. Again, they really don't want you shimmying in this game, so Axe Kick has been semi-nerfed. If you don't know, Axe Kick is something Ryu also has, and it was kind of to make up for, like, how good shimming is in those games. So you basically have this, you go back and forward. Are you gonna grab me, or are you gonna just, like, Axe Kick when I wake up off of the floor? But as you can see, the frame data is on that terrible. Like, the -6 is so bad. Plus, you know, it's even worse when parried. Ryu player, you just was able to grab me when your grabs would lift, and he wouldn't move, so you plugged him. Ouch! Yeah, no, just play better, dude. Don't plug. Play better. Play. I believe in you. So yeah, Juri got it a little bit. Like, as you see, there's some stuff you can do to make some of this stuff safe. Heavy kick into light punch. That's a route for a lot of characters now. Even crouching medium, like that left you minus but quite far away, and you can axe kick in that sort of range to set up a frame trap. He had it coming. You know, some players are like that. Some players just love nothing but being reactive and spamming the same thing. You see that a lot in silver ranks. I want to do a video about Street Fighter Silver rank when this game comes out, because it's really I mean, people say that about like Counter-Strike and stuff like that. When you're playing in silver, you're not playing the game. It's like a different game entirely. So yeah, Juri, you're just using your normals, you're hit confirming into your specials. You don't have a lot you can do in neutral. If you don't know, her little kick upwards thing with the ink behind it eats projectiles, so it can act as a little bit of a shield for you, and it launches into certain stuff. But yeah, sadly, not a ton special. She's shockingly weak in this game when I expected her to be a lot stronger. I don't know if that's something that will be fixed with frame data and stuff, because I think this is a wasted slot as far as the beta goes, if I'm honest. I'm not interested in covering the changes to Chun-Li, because I don't know too much about Chun-Li in general to cover it with as much depth as I'd like. I will do a video at some point on this sort of Footsie's character and stuff, but yeah, I'm not going to cover her as far as the beta goes. She seems like she's not going to leave much of an impact early on anyway, which is just what I want to get into with Ken. And with Ken, I'll show off all the other garbage you can do in this game's training mode and stuff. So, how do you actually do this? So Ken has this, oh yeah, he has Dragon Lash as well. Is it a unique attack? Oh, okay. So, you can just run in the middle of anything. It sets up such a good position for you. And, like, you know, it's, of course, special cancelable into stronger versions of Tatsu and stronger versions of Jinrai Kick as well. Jinrai Kick is ridiculous because it lets you steal position. So, you can side switch with it. How do you do this? I've seen it happen. I don't know if you can only do it mid combo. Come on. Oh, is it maybe with the heavy variant? No? Oh, it looks like you cannot do EX Jinrai Kick out of... Well, that's interesting. You have to combo it? Oh, okay. But yeah, sealing the position is really good anyway. Ken's... like, This was taken from Ryu for some reason. Like, Ryu just doesn't have this. I know obviously they want Ken to be the more aggressive one, but Ryu really, really needed his normals, and he's been gutted so badly in this game. Quick dash, you know, forward step kick existing is ridiculous. Same with, you know, an overhead that just comes at you at lightning speed. The forward movement's just so important because of how strong foes are in this game. You can execute that really, really fast. So, Ken's Tatsu... Let me double check this actually, because I haven't... Dummy behavior, can I do spam move? Not in the beta. It looks like I'll just need to record it. No, let's do medium sound blast. Which button on my controller replays? Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this in the Shoto video this month. Ken has, in general, lost his projectile invulnerability to make him more different from you. Come on, Luke. You can do faster than that. The EX1s are not useful for it. But the speed, the sheer speed that Ken can just come running at you makes it quite hard to react to him properly with projectiles, even with how good Luke's are. I don't know, I mean, there's like a little bit of extra lag time on the recording here, so Luke isn't doing these like frame perfect after one another. But as you can see, it's not like impossible for me to punish him for throwing the projectile from full screen. I need to wait for it to have just dissipated. But getting in off of like that from full screen is just wild. You also have some unbelievably easy combo routes into very good damage. I think technically it's weaker for Ken than Guile. Come on. Get this combo. But yeah, Ken, everything about him is so oppressive. And he just, everything works, whatever you can think of works. I think I could maybe combo that if I did overdrive Hadouken. Even the cinematic super out of that for free.
That hurt.
His damage isn't like perfect, but he makes up for it by just how strong he is in like every area. Yeah, he's very, very cool. I'd like to see... I really, really am interested in how Honda will deal with this stuff. Because I feel like Honda might be a really good anti-meta pick if he winds up being strong against Ken. Same with DJ might potentially, like, because DJ was designed as a kind of in-between between Luke and Ken, sort of. When he is kind of a boxer, but he's also kind of a Shoto. Technically, he robs some stuff from charge characters, but I believe for DJ it isn't charge, similar to how Nash is compared to Guile, where he's like, he has Flash Kick and Sonic Boom, but they're variants for motion inputs instead of for charge inputs. But yeah, like, I think a lot of the characters on this game just seem to get invalidated by how strong Ken is. Like I said, if you're really, really optimal, some characters have crazy damage. I have seen that Jury, if like under certain circumstances, has fantastic damage. Guile gets really good damage off of everything if you're like amazing with your charge inputs, which, you know, obviously some people are. Some people are that good. Plus, you know, with perfect sonic booms and I believe perfect flash kick too, it just adds so much to how much damage and how long your combos are going because of the bonus frame data. I do love, by the way, like, I'm really, really happy that they are happier to let you combo just about anything. Like, whatever you can think of works most of the time. You know, it's just free. Whatever you input, you're gonna get. The scaling isn't too harsh either. Like you saw, I just got like a decent 50% out of that. Off of an overhead. Oh no, well no, not out of an overhead, but out of a launcher. But like, you know, it's something you can do out of like whatever, you know. So this game, training mode, is fantastic, by the way. As you can see, you know, standard settings, change your characters, blah blah blah. You can even add input delay into the training, which is fantastic. You know, change your music, change your stage. That's going to be big because some games have the worst audio for their training, and you know, not to. I like a lot of the music in this game, but I would like to hear a kind of shuffle in the training mode. I'm not, you know, I'm not looking to hear this song for hundreds of hours, and this causes, you know, a lot of people to mute fighting games music and change things to whatever they'd like themselves. You know, listen to their own music on the side. So it's a very good in between, letting you make your own kind of jukebox for songs from the game. So as you see as well, this is stuff that would be so useful for content creation, by the way. I've had to so many times make situations up so that, like, after blocking 2 or 3 attacks or something, the opponent then reacts with whatever move. And this game actually just has settings for all that stuff, which is, you know, fantastic. Different recovery, which is just default, but block count is amazing. Most games only have block all, block first only, or like block after first and stuff. Block after first might sound stupid, but it's basically like, it's a way to test if certain stuff's a true combo or not in certain games and certain scenarios, or set up like certain kind of weird frame traps and whatever. It's good for testing, and being able to do like block free, you know, just lets you figure out what you can get out of like a certain overhead you get in the middle of a target combo or something like that. A lot of recording slots, you know, you can turn all your random stuff on, like how often does this get picked in your random replays, how often are the replays actually played, you know, etc, etc. Same with reversal settings, that kind of stuff's in Guilty Gear and stuff, so it's not like too unique. Fixed. I haven't figured out actually. Some fighting games let you have infinite meter, which lets you do really funny, stupid stuff in training mode. I guess you can do that here with fixed, but I haven't messed around with that. And so the best part of this game's, I'll just do all this. So there's an unbelievable amount of like different stuff to like showcase info on the screen. You can see this little meter above Ken. That is the cancel timing display. So if I can do a special move out of something, Ken's a different color while I can input that. Virtual display, I like it a little bit more than most games. I wish I could change the position of it. I'm sure like you will be able to in the full game, because this looks so cluttered and I'd rather just have it in like the top left of the screen or something. I don't need to see it kind of on the front middle of my screen. It's decent for like certain stuff though. That I play on Hitbox. I haven't been playing on Hitbox for too long. Half circles are the bane of my existence. Being able to see if I'm hitting the actual corners or not, if my input's hitting everything, you know, super nice. Really good feature. You guys can see everything I'm doing. So in Street Fighter V and, you know, some other fighting games, certain characters' projectiles have different properties depending on which buttons you press. That doesn't seem to be the case in this, like, whatsoever. There's certain things that I'm not too happy about, like Guile's perfect sonic boom and his I forget what you call the little wall thing that he puts up. It goes fast and you can't do anything else about that, when an EX slow version would be fantastic for both. I mean, it's fine for combos and stuff like that, but you know, it'd be nice to have the ability to like walk behind a super strong projectile. You more care about this kind of stuff anyway, like the two different EX inputs. If you're playing a character like Urien or Gil or something, where they have a projectile that goes up and to the right, which Ken obviously doesn't, it's just a straight line. In a lot of those games, doing like EX, medium, and heavy gives you an upward, like diagonal fireball, and light medium gives you a forward one. I don't know if they'll do away with that completely because of modern controls, which would just make it impossible to do that kind of thing. But yeah, you know, it's something we'll see kind of as more characters release. I feel like JP is a character who could have the kind of mixed up EX moves, but it's gone from this game, and I miss it, but I know a lot of characters, a lot of people do not care. Frame meter new, it's just nice that they have a little guide for it and stuff. Cute. Even special properties show off, which is super cool. It's something I've gone over like a little bit in some of my videos, especially the what isn't archetype one, showing off how long do you have invincibility, strike invincibility, blah blah blah. I hope they add more colors and stuff for things like armor and other such things, because I'm sure there's armor in this game and whatever. But you know, nice to be able to see that visually and not need to go to a wiki for all that stuff. So here we go. So Drive Impact is really good, really important, and this is one of the reasons why Ken is unbelievably good in this game. Is mostly everything he does. Come on. I'll just reset and spam it. Ryu? I think I broke the Drive Impact practice. But yeah, a lot of Ken's specials just munch this. Come on. Oh, come on. I'm not going to do this in Drive Impact defense practice, so it's not random. I'll just, Can I just restart battle without it being Drive defense? Okay. So we'll go into recording. Oh, come on. 0, 0, 0. What is this? Can you do it? Okay, so now he'll always just jump and then Drive Impact immediately. So it's harder to the brain fart. It's harder to get good damage off of like the aerial version of Drive Impact. You can do it, but the position it puts you in is, you know, it's not as nice as just landing on raw Drive Impact. So some characters, DPs and stuff, just literally eat Drive Impact. But I think one of the core things that makes Ken so good at dealing with it is how often he can just get into position to throw really easily. As I said, it's kind of, this game is a rock, paper, scissors. Drive Impact is really important. Because look at, like, the reward you get from it is huge. Even if you don't hit someone raw with it, if you see the amount of drive gauge eats off me, it's only half a bar when you spend a full bar, but you earn that bar back really, really fast, whereas the person who's on defense does not earn it back fast whatsoever. So you really leave an impact properly on the opponent when you're doing it. Obviously it can be parried and stuff like that, so it's not, you know, it's not free. But yeah, so if I can do that again. So it's a free hit combo that started up at, let me do this frame count. So that's 3 frames for the first one, 6 frames for the second one, and then DP after it comes out 4 frames after, which is quite fast. Whereas Drive Impact takes like 25 frames, so it's reasonable to mash out with good damage. And this confirm is pretty easy, and it's a reward that a lot of other characters just don't get. You know, hard knockdown, plus position, 30 free frames plus, and you know, you can start off running right away. Like, it said that I'm minus 12, but that's not actually the case, given I could have just cancelled into overhead, running straight, which keeps me safe if I do it at a very early range. Or I can just hit the brakes. What's the fastest I can hit the brakes? 16 frames? Why does it say 27 but it says total? Oh, okay, no. So fastest is about 20 frames, but 27 frames means that you're 6 frames at advantage still if you do it when you just finished this, which is, you know, really, really good if you're going to want to throw or something like that out of it. The Oki you get off of DP is wild for Ken, and Ryu doesn't get it. Guile definitely doesn't get it. Like, Guile's Oki in this game is terrible. As you just saw, Juri has been rid of her flip kick and stuff, whereas Ken has a lot of ways to close distance really, really fast, do damage like automatically with it. I guess that doesn't combo raw. There must be something you can do to combo out of that, but even if you can't combo out of it, as you can see, still plus 3 at the end of it, good amount of damage, puts the enemy in a bad position, good amount of carry on it as well. Look at that corner carry. So there's 5 squares in total, and he got sent 3 squares, just over 3 squares into the corner, which is wild. So that's most of the map that he moved. I'm trying to think other stuff that's important about Ken. Obviously anti-air is fantastic. Ryu's thing now, for some reason, is his DP just being not as good as Ken's. Shoryu Reppa, as it was given in Street Fighter V, goes about half screen. As you can see, we can get about 4 boxes apart. Shoryu Reppa leaves us 2 boxes apart. Even heavy Shoryu Reppa, Shoryuken, sorry. Most of that distance, not like the full half screen, but nearly half screen DP. Really, really good. He has like great aerial coverage. He's got that, what was the command move for it again? He does have like good anti-air normals as well. I have forgotten it, even though we just looked at it not long ago. Oh, it's not just a command normal, it's just medium kick. But yeah, I'm not sure, like, so they've like stuffed medium kick in this game. It's so much, the confirm window is tiny. I wish it showed up a raw number so I could see exactly how long I have to confirm that. It's not long. It's difficult, like medium kick, like regular medium kick just doesn't confirm into anything for anyone. It's just these little target combos you get, which are also not cancelable. You can drive impact out of them for like okay, but you can't actually drive impact out of them. You know, it's really weird. I'm not really sure why they've done this. I mean, like, some people did complain about like Guile forward medium kick. Let me think. Gil's forward medium kick. There was a few other characters who had like god normals that were like this, but even though they were good, those characters weren't ruling the roost as hard as. You know, it didn't need to be a non-cancelable, like, trash normal for basically everyone. It's a really strange decision. So, both Ken and Ryu have lost this as well. Medium punch into medium punch. There's no matter how many frames I mash, I'm not gonna get it. Again, just a weird confirm to remove, given how high damage, how high risk reward this game is. I guess they want you to like do risky stuff, like do really risky confirms. But you know, the level of reaction time they're expecting from you is wild. You know, not undoable, but look at that. Like the cancel window is only really during the active frames, so I've got 4 frames basically to decide if I want to input something or not, which is way sub-human reaction time, by the way. So you need to be like really sharp if you're going to try confirm that properly. Very strange thing for them to have changed. You know, all these training things are fantastic, great options. Punish your opponent's invincible moves. You know, it'd be better if you could just... well, I guess it's just training presets with punish, blah, blah, blah. You know, these are all really important. You gotta know if it's gonna hit. Yeah. They've done a lot to make it. That? I don't know if that comboed. Oh. Yeah, they gave Ryu and Ken that in like Street Fighter 5. No, it doesn't combo. Sad. But yeah. So Ken, as you can see, his movement's really strong. His confirms are a lot better than most characters. They gutted some strange normals for basically everyone. That does seem somewhat subject to change, not only across seasons, but even between now and the official like base game coming out. Because in the first beta, Ryu did have standing medium punch into crouching medium punch, and they got rid of it. When that was, you know, that's been a confirm basically forever. I think you can even do it in Street Fighter 2. Air Tattoo, weird in this game, not good. It does do a chunk of damage, I'll give it that. And Ken seems a little bit better than Ryu's and Kimberly's. Both of them have that option. So Ken's ambiguous jump game is wild. Let me see what the range is on this. I think it's right here. Oh, come on. So, it's really hard to tell what side you're going to land with some of this stuff. Even stuff that doesn't cross up can then cross you up. As you can see, sometimes I'll get cross up showing up as like a little badge, like that, where you know, Ryu would have to block the opposite direction to block it. Whereas there's other times where you hit him forward and land behind him, or as you saw there, that was really deep and landed the same side. It's bizarre. it puts you in such an advantage state, and you can steal the corner really easily with Ken, which a lot of other characters just can't do for some reason. I assume, I mean, this normal is the same for Ryu and Ken, pretty much. I don't know if the frame data is identical, but across pretty much every game they've had a very similar medium kick in the air. But because of Ken's optimal range being around here, given, you know, like I said, you can do that really fast. You got Tatsu, obviously. You've got the running Tatsu, you've got running, oh well, I guess the run actually has the follow-ups, but, you know, puts you in good range, it puts you in advantage, lets you start up this Jinrai kick stuff. What do you... Oh, it's like a Rekka. I forgot about that. But yeah, so Ken's optimal range is just nasty to be in. You know, it's got Drive Rush for like even faster run-up for throw. You know, you've got a really good overhead game. Does he have an actual unique like command overhead? I don't think he does. Chin Buster, Triple Flash Kicks. Okay, no, it's just the Thunder Kick at Quick Dash. I mean, he does have an overhead from this range. And he can go into a low quite quickly after. That looks so weird. Yeah, his light kick's one of the best ones in the game too. And you can confirm it in a light Tatsu. That looks like it might actually combo out a bit. Okay, not quite. That's one of the few things in this game that I've seen doesn't juggle properly. But yes, Ken's optimal range is just a scary range for this game. Even his drive impact hits from here really, really cleanly. It covers a lot of distance for him. So what was that, like a full... Just stand on one of these box lines. Basically a full box, whereas if I switch to Ryu... Oh no, didn't mean to start playing the recording back. Player recording, delete, dummy recording ready. Okay. Okay, it does travel it, but it seems to travel the distance in a different way. Like Ryu starts and then he does the distance. Whereas, no, not recording. Ken's is just traveling the distance right away, and then it's active. It's like the opposite. Which makes it's a little bit harder to tell what Ken's doing because he has all these... I mean, look at his drive rush range. I actually didn't realize it was that bad. And he can do that for a literal full screen drive impact. You know, just everything he does is really, really good. Huh. It's weird that he doesn't get a combo out of that. I mean, I don't know the routes very well for everything in this game, but yeah, Ken seems just wild compared to everyone else like I've shown you. I think that's roughly everything I really wanted to cover. I was considering doing some games, but it's quite empty. My hand's starting to hurt. I might just call it for the stream. I just really wanted to cover what are the main things I've noticed in this beta, and character strength wise, as far as like tools and stuff like that, and the universal stuff. I think I've shown it off without showing match footage. I just want to sink some time into lab properly, and I don't really want to just do that on stream until I'm a lot more confident with the game and the characters and the routes, so I can kind of, you know, once I've done, say, combo trials and stuff like that in the game, and kind of know what's up, what are the devs going for versus what are the players doing, are the patches kind of matching that, you know. I'll cover that in a Guilty Gear stream at some point. You know, dev designed combo routes versus player ones, and kind of show off what the devs want you to do versus what players come up with, and how often that gets patched versus unpatched, because there's a very different mindset between companies, between ArcSys and Street Fighter and Capcom, as far as how much player expression they would like to come from the player end, and how much they would like to be, you know, pre-designed, this is what you should do kind of thing. That might actually be a Grand Blue stream, perhaps, rather than a what do you call it, Guilty Gear 1. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it here for stream. I think I've mostly covered everything. Like I said, I'll leave Chun-Li to a later date. I'm not really interested in covering her in the beta. I haven't seen anyone really say she's particularly strong, and given what I know of everyone's tools, she actually might be on one of the weakest characters here, because Footsies has just been gutted because of the universal mechanics. Like, Drive Impact easily covers that shuffle space where you would be doing that kind of walk back, walk forward Footsies dance that a lot of players do in pro matches and high level and top 8. You know, if you're ever watching tournaments, you're going to see a lot of walk back, walk forward, especially in Street Fighter. And it's going to put the Patreon poll up. Okay. I mean, at least it knows I'm running off stream. I'm going to be putting the Patreon poll up either today or tomorrow to decide what is the next Archetype Archive. And I'm going to get to work on a shorter video that will not go on Patreon for early access, but just come straight out on assists in Mortal Kombat, what they might look like, why they might have done them. So I hope you guys are looking forward to all of that stuff in the near future.